whenever I hear people talking about how, oh, gaming sucks in 2025 or 2024, 2023, 2022, whatever. Gaming sucks. Like, I'm just so bored of everything. There's no good games that coming out. And every time I hear somebody say something like that, I have to ask them, are you actually playing games? Because I'm playing lots of stuff like Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon. And every time I come across something like this, I am amazed at the ingenuity of independent game development. That's not to say that AAA sucks. I have a lot of really fun AAA experiences every single year. I love gaming as a whole. If you look at my channel, as of this recording, I'm into my third year as a full-time content creator. Actually, I'm into my fourth year. We've already finished our third year. I'm midway through my fourth year as a full-time content creator. I've got like 8,000 videos on my channel on YouTube. We stream every single day on YouTube and Twitch, and I play a ton of games, right? I like everything. There's great AAA, there's great indie. AAA tends to play it safe, and they do things very much by the book. And then you'll have things that come along like Baldur's Gate 3, Expedition 33, South of Midnight, Tainted Grail. These are things that aren't afraid to take creative risks and create things that might not be stereotypically considered great. Like they're not going to be that successful. At least you never know, right? But then they can come out of the gate and they just hit in a different way and they end up being successful despite the odds. So I played through the first 90 minutes of this game the other day. I put that up on YouTube this morning as a first impressions. We're going to be streaming Tainted Grail tomorrow. It's going to be the mainstream game for the next couple of weeks leading up to Dude Awakening on June 5th. And what really blew me away by this is first and foremost the music, which is played in the background now. I've just got this going because it's such a badass song to sit here and listen to while we talk about the game. But I'm going to go ahead and log in actually and take a look at just, I think that especially having just come off of playing the Obsidian remaster that Bethesda sort of shadow dropped on everybody. I've just been in that first-person RPG mentality, and this thing came along and provided me with a really unique experience. So there is a third-person POV that they've added to the game. I will not be using it because I don't like to use third-person. I'll be using first-person. But like, I'm just gonna run around here really quick because the game is like this weird combination of traditional fantasy with this Arthurian legend, and also these crazy like H.R. Geiger like art sequences that are all blended together with the music to create this super interesting aesthetic, which is it's like obviously the first person Morrowind, Obsidian, Skyrim experience is kind of here for those who like that kind of thing. I play most games first person if I can. Like I played Starfield first person, I played Avowed first person. Even though you can play these games in third person, I always choose to play first person if you give me the option because I like to be immersed in the character. And this thing, I don't think I can go back in here, but I remember I ran through the tutorial. And we did this little mini dungeon. There was a moment in here where it was just like, this feels exactly like I'm in one of the Alien films. But then you get out into Avalon and you're running around looking at Camelot, and it's just breathtaking. And the amount of who are you? I probably don't want to get too far up there because I don't want to spoil any of the story for myself. But I kind of just wanted to hop in and take a look at this beautiful game, where we've got this really interesting. I'm dual wielding here because I've got a rogue build that I'm going to be working on. I think I'm going to go ahead and go through the game as a thief. quick commercial break, everyone, to celebrate and give thanks to all of these amazing people who keep me on the air full time. Really appreciate the support. All you got to do is join as a member. You get access to private videos. You can also do super thanks on any upload or super chats and stickers on any live stream or premiere you see. And beyond that, don't forget we're multi-streaming over on Twitch now, so you can support over there as well. Thanks so much to everybody. Let's get back to the video at hand. I don't know that you could do Stealth Archer, which is always my traditional build, but um, I do know that you can do double daggers and stealth and stab, stab, stabbity, stab. So we're gonna dive into that. It's a very simplistic UI, um, but the strength of what I've seen so far um, in the game has been the voiceovers and the dialogue and the actual gameplay and the cutscenes and the music and the story and all this coming together for this really unique type of first person RPG. So I'm really intrigued by stuff like this. And that's why when people talk about things like, oh, there's just no good games to play, I'm like, really? Because I play great games all the time, and see things like this. And even though it's a game where, like I said, we don't have anything in here right yet, other than some tutorial stuff. Even though it's a very simplistic UI, the game itself has a really complex system from what I've seen so far with the way that we did combat throughout the tutorial. We've got harvesting, which I'm assuming is leading to uh, alchemy, I believe. There's a stealth system in the game. There's an old school like lock picking, which was really intriguing to pick locks in that way. And there's like all these things you can loot. Um, so it's really nice to see more games creating these first person experiences, because I think a lot of games prefer to create third person adventures and they want things to be super streamlined. Someone said the other day that something like this, they were looking at it going, it's the perfect blend. I think it's Mithril in our community because they've played a ton of this game in early access, to say it's like the perfect blend of old school Bethesda style jank with a pretty deep RPG that has a really unique story, and the way they've done their cutscenes and the art style, and Arthurian legend, which they've done some stuff with Arthurian legend that I'm not familiar with. So and I'm someone who has done a lot of King Arthur stuff over the years in terms of working on projects for clients as a writer, and also just reading all these different versions of the Arthurian legends over the years. And what they've done here so far has been really, really unique and very interesting. And I am really keen on learning more. So hopefully you guys are going to be checking this out. If you haven't already done so, it's launching tomorrow, and it's available on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. I'm playing the Xbox Series X version. Again, shout out to Awaken Realm for the review key. I had the option of which one to choose, and they actually ended up giving me a code for the PC version, the PS5 version, and the Xbox version. So I'll be giving away some codes as we get going live tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, I'll be playing on the Xbox and enjoying it here, and hopefully you'll be following along for the journey. So I believe they're kicking off tomorrow morning. We'll be starting our stream at 9 a.m. Central, and which I think is 5 p.m. CET, which is when the game officially goes live. But we do have another morning stream that we're going to do in the morning before we get to that point. So I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow as we head out the day and prepare to sink our teeth into Tainted Grail and play another really cool indie game that takes risks and does things creatively that many other companies wouldn't. So I look forward to it. Hopefully you're coming along for the journey. See you tomorrow.